Hey everybody, it is Thursday, June 4th. This is Henry with the Chamber, stationed at our global headquarters at the corner of Lamar and H Street in downtown Wichita Falls. Yesterday was a big day, a lot of news, good news. First piece is we won an award. We won an Economic Development Award. The Texas Economic Development Council is an organization that works with all the economic development groups around the state. And every year they award workforce excellent awards to those organizations who are doing good stuff for workforce development, good things to develop their own talent pool. And they split up the awards into population size, and we are stuck in the category of 100,001 person and above. And so with every bigger city in the state. And the Chamber and our Wichita Falls Talent Partnership won the statewide Workforce Excellence Award for all of our work with the Wichita Falls Talent Partnership. That means all the stuff that we've been doing for military spouses and veterans and retirees. That means the job postings and relocation incentives. That means an upcoming initiative that we've almost got finished for emerging leaders and internship campaigns and much, much more. And so kudos to Taylor Davis and the whole volunteer team that have been making that happen. It's so great to get recognition like that. Other big news from yesterday, the governor came out with a new set of rules, orders, whatever you want to call them. And so I'm going to work my way through these real quick so we can see what's going to happen. Effective immediately, all businesses in Texas can operate at up to 50% capacity with very limited exceptions. And so basically, unless there's some exception, you can open up to 50%. If you've already been allowed to open at 100% capacity, you can keep doing so. And here's the other breakdown. Effective June 3rd, all businesses currently operating at 25% capacity can go to 50%. So bars and similar establishments can go to 50% occupancy as long as patrons are seated. They're not going to let you go sit at the bar or stand at the bar. So you go to a bar, you sit at a table, the waitress or bartender comes to take your order. That's how it works. Amusement parks and carnivals can open at 50% capacity. Restaurants can expand their maximum table size from 6 to 10 people. Effective June 12th, restaurants can go up to 75%. Effective June 19th, amusement parks and carnivals in counties with more than 1,000 cases can open at 50%. And then special provisions have been made for outdoor gatherings such as 4th of July celebrations, but there are some distancing standards that will have to be put into place. So that's what I've read in the summary, but there's one other piece of good news that was not in the summary, is that video arcades can open back up on, I think, the 10th, which means hopefully Maniac's Mansion and the Deep End will be back, two of my favorite places. And so hopefully they'll be able to open back up and figure out the distancing requirements, and we can get back in there and help those local entrepreneurs make it through. We've been waiting on unemployment information. It finally came out for April, and our unemployment rate at the end of last year was hovering around 2.9%, and that is just crazy low. That means if you're wanting to work and you can pass a drug test and show up for work, you can find a job, period. That's what that means. It's way below, it's above full employment. Everybody can find a job. Well, since the pandemic in late March and early and all through April, we know what happened with the business community. A lot of people were just shut down. And so we were concerned what that rate was going to be. It came out, Wichita Falls area unemployment rate, 11.3%. Now that sounds horrible. It does. It's not great. But I've talked to colleagues of mine yesterday who are hovering around 25 to 30% unemployment. Crazy numbers, and it's harder to recover from that. And so just like in the past when things have been going on a rocket trajectory around the country and we've done this, or the country has hit a steep recession and we've kind of done this, I think what happens in Wichita Falls is we've got a higher concentration of government employees. If you're talking about Shepherd Air Force Base, North Texas State Hospital, the prison, those things that most communities do not have. And then of course add in MSU, Vernon, WFISD, and the county and city and others. And so we've got a high concentration of government employees, which are much more recession proof. And so that dynamic, it's not always great when things are amazing, but it's good for us right now. And so we should be thankful for what we've got. 11.3% is not good, but oh my gosh, I was expecting worse, so we'll take it. This afternoon at 2, there is a loan workshop for those that have applied for the PPP relief program. Think of IT and the SBDC are putting that on, helping you understand the guidelines. And so if you look at their Facebook pages, that's Think of IT or the Small Business Development Center, you can find out about that workshop, which is today at 2. A reminder that First Assembly of God has landed a grant for 1,200 food boxes, which will be given out June 6th at 10 o'clock. This is First Assembly of God on McNeil at Kell behind First Bank. And then lastly, Castaway Cove opens Friday. So if you've been being stir crazy with your kids in the house, Castaway Cove is going to reopen. So we got a chance to go out there and enjoy the water. Yesterday, I spent some time with the League of Women Voters. I was their guest speaker on a Zoom call, talked about the effects of the pandemic and what's happening in Wichita Falls. We had a great edition of The Pulse, sponsored by United Regional. My guests were Shannon and Misty Kelton from Monarch Motor Speedway and Scott Painich from Horseshoe Bend Cellars. And we just talked about entrepreneurship, both what it's like to start a business and how it's been dealing with the effects of the pandemic and what they see happening next. And it was a great show. My guest next week will be State Senator Pat Fallon, so that ought to be a lot of fun. Rest of this week, we're going to be digesting these orders from the governor, figuring out exactly what they mean for the business community, and answering questions for you, and then getting close to wrapping up our search for an office manager. So I'll keep you posted there. Don't forget to like the Chamber Facebook page so you can stay in touch and see what's going on, and continue to let us know what you're up to and send in those questions. I'm going to close with a quote. It's anonymous. It's very appropriate for yesterday. Never stop doing your best just because someone doesn't give you credit. So on the one hand, we got this award for the good work that we've done. On the other hand, I got a message last night on LinkedIn from a local guy that had moved here from somewhere else, complaining about our economic development efforts, saying basically that they suck and nothing good is going on. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, on the one hand, these people around the state said that y'all are doing great things. And on the other hand, this guy's perspective is that nothing good is happening. And we had a conversation about that. And that's his perspective. And so his perspective is his reality. And I asked some questions to try to understand why he feels that way. But at the end of the day, that's how he feels. Just because he doesn't understand or doesn't perceive the value of what's been going on, not just at the chamber, but the whole economic development ecosystem here, doesn't mean we can stop doing our best. It probably means we've even got to try a little bit harder. So it's Thursday. Let's try a little bit harder today. Love you guys.